What up, Scam? Welcome to Bar Vibes with Bryce Fourth, giving our raw reaction, interacting with the masses. No subject is safe. You'll hear the people and the noises, but that's the point because without the people, what is the point? Embracing vibration. Shout out to a bartender in here, Big Daniel in the building. I would be remiss if I didn't start off by saying USA, 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 USA. Hey, they did their damn thing, but we'll get to that in a moment. Always got to start with them birds. Go birds. Eagles camp. So far, we've made it without any serious injuries, which I knock on it because it's very hard to do that, especially when you're going pads, especially when you're trying to get some work in. Players have been waiting for this. So, the most serious injury is C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who has a shoulder injury, so he's not practicing for real. They're in New England right now doing joint practices. I don't believe he's practicing the last time I checked. And, they brought him back to be the number one starter at safety. Other than that, Cooper DeJean is back this week. And so we're good in that aspect. We got a couple nicks, a couple bruises here, but other than that, everyone's cool. I am over this Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni, there at this discourse, whole bullshit. Put it to bed. Put it to bed. It's done. I get that people didn't have anything to talk about. I get it. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. The cornerback, not even the cornerback, excuse me, the defensive back competition is ramping up because, and I only say that, I only corrected myself because they're trying out corners at safety like Avonte Maddox, like Bradbury, but we all know that it's just a thing. It's a camp thing. People. It's weird because like football's starting to become positionless almost when it comes to cornerbacks or when it comes to linebackers or DN or edge rushers. Like, who your quarterback's going to be. You know who your receivers are going to be. You know who your D tackles are going to be. You don't know who your guards are going to be because tackles can go to be guards or guards are going to be tackles. You know but you don't know, like, your number one, number two, number three receiver could be your 3-2-1. But this is a really good problem to have, just like O-line, DB, same thing. But I will say this. If y'all don't think that Devontae Smith is not about to have a monster year, you might want to put some bets in. This man is about to eat. Eat. Going to Shady Maple. Going to Old Country Buffet. He is about to eat like Joey Chestnut. It's going to be ugly. Everybody's going to be so worried about AJ. Everybody's going to be so worried about Saquon. Devontae Smith's going to get one-on-ones constantly. And that cornerback, whoever he may be for 17 weeks, is going to be in hell. Hell. You shall see. Mekhi Becton. So if you don't know, Mekhi Becton was a guard. Sorry, he was a tackle that the Jets drafted a couple years ago. Just had some really, really weird injuries. And, obviously the Eagles, with the greatest O-line coach in Jeff Stoutland ever, brought him in and was like, hey, as long as you can prove to me that you can be healthy, we'll find a spot for you on this team. And it sucks, that we did have an injury on the O-line. And Mekhi Becton, he's 6. This is a massive man. 6'8", like 330, pushing people around like a Tonka truck. It's ridiculous. And he's making a huge case to start. Just like the cornerback position or the DB position, O-line is it's a blessing to have an issue where you're like, I don't know, other than Mailata on the left, Layden on the right, Cam Jurgens in the middle, guard. You never know. And it's weird because guard position, you kind of rely on your tackles because you guys have to be on the same page. But great problem to have. Jeremiah Trotter Jr., a.k.a. Axeman Jr., Shout out to Axeman. He looks so natural at middle linebacker after the first preseason game, where it's like he reads the defense and he shoots. Where he's like, I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to be precise. I'm going to do what I need to do, make tackles. I'm not worried about anything else. I like this. And now, again, another great problem I have because Nolan Smith is out there still. And we still got, Devin White, who is definitely going to be starting. Jeremiah Trout Jr. as a rookie looks like he fits in perfectly. So barring injury, I'd be surprised if he wasn't the starter at linebacker 2 and middle. Wild ending to the first preseason game. I was worried about the rain. I was being a bitch. But, then it's money I don't need to be spending right now. Ridiculous. I have two game-winning field goal chances in, it was 9 seconds. Jake, I'm surprised that he hit the crossbar. It's preseason. It was raining. It was windy. He fixed it. And if you guys weren't aware, it turns out Howie Roseman is kind of a genius. You'd have to be living under a rock if you didn't understand what is going on with this Hassan Reddick thing. So let me map it out for you real quick. Hassan Reddick plays for the Eagles last year. One of the best, if not the best, defenders on the team. Wants a new contract. Whatever the number was, Howie said no. But then he goes, okay, I'm requesting a trade. Sure. Howie goes out, finds someone who wants Hassan Reddick's services in the New Jersey Jets, but that's neither here nor there. So he goes. This man has not stepped one single foot on a New York Jets field. And he's just saying, I want to be paid. When you negotiated, if you're Hassan Reddick talking to them, when you negotiated this trade, you should have known the reason why they're trading me is because they don't want to pay me. I came here and agreed to this trade because I felt like you guys were going to pay me. No. Their GM, who used to be in the Eagles front office and has a relationship with Howie Roseman, they had a conversation, I guarantee you, where it's like, this man wants to be paid. I just want a 3rd-round pick. 2nd round just in case he plays a lot of snaps. Sure. And they still don't pay him. And now he requested a trade from the Jets, having not played a single snap for them. Excuse me. This is ridiculous. No one has leverage in this situation. If anybody did, it would be the Jets because he's being fined now. He's well over $1 million being fined. Well over $1 million. Approaching 2. Losing money while not gaining a thing. I don't know where they go from here. If they do find a trade partner, it's going to be less than a 3rd. And the Eagles going to get that 3rd pick. I'm telling you right now. They're going to get that 3rd pick. I feel bad for J.J. McCarthy. He's a rookie from Michigan. He's a quarterback. Plays for the Vikings. He tore his meniscus this past weekend. So he's going to be out for a while. I wasn't sure if he was going to be the starter, but now Sam Darnold is the starter for the Vikings moving forward. There's going to be a lot of rookie quarterbacks starting this year. Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. And we thought Drake May, but Joe Milton looked pretty motherfucking good. I'm just saying. I mean, the Patriots have had luck drafting a quarterback in the 6th round, and you saw how that turned out for 15 years. Just saying. But EAGLES, go Birds. That's all I need to say about that. The Olympics. Them boys and them ladies showed up when it mattered the most. Basketball, get a sweep for the gold. I don't know where regular Steph Curry was for the first 15 days, but he showed up in the last 3 days, I'll tell you that. I love that they were having this discourse with the lineups. I'm actually proud of Steve Kerr for not letting the media tell him how to coach. The man's been coaching for decade, at least. The man's got 4 rings. I'm not going to tell this man how to coach. He knows what he's doing. Sure, he has some DMPs because he's got the best players in the world on his team. What's wrong with you? Don't tell this man what to do. The men's and the women's wins in basketball were a lot different. They almost lost to Serbia, and that would have been devastating. Down 17. And that was when Steph was like, "I'm back, I'm here." And then the women's, oh my goodness, they almost lost on the last second shot. I'm sorry, it would have been tied. Excuse me, would have been tied. Still, France, both French teams, putting in that work. The only difference is that USA had LeBron. LeBron was very consistent. He had a triple-double in the last game. He is 42. 42 years old. And was the MVP. And then also, shout out to Aja, also MVP. They did what they needed to do. They put, once they got called out by someone who I will mention in a second, it was oh, you're not going to disrespect us. Let's get it done. And then Cole Hocker, I don't know if you guys saw that, the 1500. He was, and a lot of people don't watch track and field, so you don't understand like the stagger and like what you need to do, especially in, I didn't run distance, but I understand how it works. I was a sprinter, but if you understand your body, you know how to stagger. He was in like 6th place in the like last 400 meters, turned it on like that, beat the world champion. So shout out to him. I didn't watch the race live, but I watched it in replay. I probably watched it like 4 times. It was awesome. But let me get back to what I was talking about. Noylaus, you're fucking annoying. I don't care what you say, and you gotta go watch it. So cool. 200 meters. You say this is your best. This is your specialty, is what his words were. I see him pregame. He has a mask on, and I go, uh-oh. Here goes the preemptive excuses. I could see it a mile away. And then he comes running out, jumping up and down. I mean, he almost made it to the discus and shot put field. Just running, jumping, 40-inch vert, doing all this, and he gets 3rd. All of a sudden, this man is in a wheelchair. Because you lost handily. I don't want to hear it. You lost. And then he was out 2 days later clubbing, partying it up. This is no loss. Bro, you lost. It's okay. It is okay. You won the 100 by 0.0005 seconds. Gold is a gold, but a bronze is a bronze. You lost. It's okay. Men's swimming is it's getting different. I mean, if you watch the Olympics or you watch Worlds and stuff like that, we all got spoiled with Michael Phelps, that is. But let's not get over the fact that Katie Ledecky is numero uno. That lady is a monster. I was watching the swimming. I don't know, my TV is like 52 inches. There was not a person in the stadium that was close to her in that swimming pool. She was dominant. It was not even close. Same with the queen of gymnastics, Simone Biles. She is a absolute goat. She was wearing a goat necklace. If she's not on the Mount Rushmore of goats, I don't know who is. If Simone Biles is not on the Mount Rushmore of goats, I don't know who is. Maybe, maybe not. Shout out to Tayshawn. And she did not say that. She said, we'll see. She said, we will see. Talking about her family, her husband ain't shit. That man wants to be in the spotlight so badly, sir. Take a step aside. You are a backup safety. Beat it.
She just turned down somebody and they got mad.
Sure.
Who she turned down for an interview? Oh.
Doesn't matter.
Whoopi. She turned down Whoopi because
sure.
she made the money.
Let me get my cheese.
Right.
Need it. So at this point, we're just wondering who's going to lead the NBA. Or I'm sorry, I said the NBA. Who's going to lead USA in basketball in 2028? I said Ant Edwards. Rick said Devin Booker. It could be Cooper Flag. Who knows? We got 4 years to think about that. I love that USA's bringing back baseball and flag football. My guy, Jalen Hurts, ahead of the curve. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that this dude didn't fucking knock over a pole with his dick. But, you know, it is what it is. It happened. What do you want me to say? Pole vaulting's out for everyone. It happened. I don't know what to tell you. Phillies, pissing me off. They go to the West Coast and just shit the bed. No bats out. Pitching was okay, but then they weren't. Just getting destroyed. I'll let that go for now. We're in August. We're good. I said I would answer some questions, so I will. To Keisha Britt, my guy. Let's go. Conrad alum. Micah Parsons, to me, he's teetering on overrated. And I only say that because it's an effort thing for me. When his team is winning, he can pin his ears back because he's not worried about the run. Oh yeah, unquestioned monster. When they're losing and he needs to get in pass pro, or his defensive coordinator is making him guard the flats, he's not it. And to Josh Noonan's point, another one of my guys, he does get held a lot, but that's because he's not a big guy. He's like 240-ish, and they can push him around if he's not quick enough to get on the outside shoulder. So overrated, I'm not sure, but he does get down on himself when they're losing. Not a good quality. To my guy Dre B, Dre Brittle is Stray B. Who? Yeah, that's me. No, that's you. I thought about this when your question was who, if they did not get injured, would be at the top of the top, and it has to be Bo Jackson for me. And that's in two sports. If Bo Jackson doesn't get hurt, I feel like Bo Jackson would be top 5 dead or alive. Not even a question. Even without a ring. And I've watched a lot of Bo Jackson highlights, and I know that it's not a barometer, but it's just evident that this man was head and shoulders better than everybody on that field. No matter what the position was. You couldn't find, he was almost an Olympian. So, there we go. Care Keys. I have no idea why Eric Allen is not in the Hall of Fame. 54 interceptions tell you everything that you need to know. I do agree that because he was on 3 separate teams, that kind of like factors into it. It's tough, but numbers don't lie. And to my guy, Nippon, Alex, Breece Hall versus Bijan Robinson. I don't believe that Breece Hall is a better athlete than Bijan Robinson, but he's a better all-around running back than Bijan Robinson. He's a better complete back. You can trust Breece Hall in pass pro, and essentially you just don't ever have to take him out, where I would say like 3rd and 1s, if your coordinator is not willing to pass the ball, he's not going to get you those downs. Breece Hall will get you those yards. Bijan's getting taken out in short yardage situations, so that's my answer. We can talk about this at any given time, bro. You know that. And then RT, I'm sorry, it's going to be short and sweet. Barry Bonds is the best baseball player of all time. This is not a question. Even before the allegations, he had Hall of Fame numbers. Not a question. Not a question at all. Big ups to the first date. Stay focused and be great. Take a sip. The only question I have for anyone out there is, can I pet that dog?